Hey guys, kamusta? Whoever's watching right now, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all feeling okay. Sana okay ka lang ngayon. Sana masaya ka ngayon. And yeah, the question for today is how do we get back into our creative flow? Actually, that's one of the most difficult parts of this journey of being an artist on how to get back on track. Yeah, there are no downloads when that happens. So, how do we get back? Number one is to be comfortable in the silence. Of course, we are grateful with all the friends, with all the events and everything. But if you need to get back on track, you really need to be comfortable in the silence again. Be comfortable in isolating yourself for just a bit. I mean, not that much, but isolation wherein you're comfortable with it. Like me, for example, in like a week, I do not go out with my friends if I haven't done anything or if I haven't achieved anything with my art. I just go to the gym, go to some place for my errands and everything. But yeah, I'll just be staying at home. I believe that isolation is one of the secret sauces to have that superpower into being a creative person again. We need to be quiet, listen to ourselves, and if you can, you guys, please, please, please meditate. Yeah, what I do is when I wake up in the morning, I do not touch my phone. I try to not touch my phone because the morning brain waves are super duper important for downloads and everything. Close my eyes and do the meditation pose, and I just meditate for like 10 to 15 minutes just to try to separate myself from my mind. It's very very important, I think, when you are a creative, because whatever creation that we create, it comes from the soul, right? If our minds are super duper bombarded with all these thoughts, with all these imaginary scenarios, then we wouldn't be able to hear ourselves. For example, you thought of a beautiful song, of a beautiful lyrics or something, or for example, for me, I have thought of a great design for my sculpture. Push, parang ito na. Then your mind will think, hey, that's too dramatic, or hey, that's too much for a sculpture, that'll be too expensive. Because creation is like, or being an artist is, ano ba to, parang dapat maging matapang ka talaga. You need to really be brave to put out your downloads, because sometimes these downloads are super duper out of this world, right? Or for example, it's super heartfelt, it's super out of this world. How can I say that? But yeah, sometimes it's weird. Sometimes, like for example, when I thought of a sculpture, it's super duper weird. But if I listen to my mind, then I wouldn't be able to put out this artwork that would be, sometimes be a bit too weird, but at the same time, it'll tickle somebody else's mind that needs to be tickled. Gets? Parang may ganun siyang effects. So, our mind is our, own best friend. It's a tool. But sometimes, it's a bit too noisy. Ingay mo eh. Ang ingay mo minsan, di ba? So, if you are an artist, if you are a creative, I highly, highly recommend for you to meditate. It'll really, really help you to be brave enough to create this eccentric, beautiful thing that you want to create. The second tip that I have for you is a tip that I got from this book called The Artist Way. This book is super duper amazing, and it teaches you, or it talks about on how you can remove the creative blocks that you have. If you can journal 3 pages a day, you guys, not 1 page, but 3 pages, journal it all out. I find it very freeing when I, just dump it all out in 3 pages, every thought that I have. What I do is I journal out in such a way wherein I am talking to myself. I am giving an advice to myself. It's such a great way in order for you to practice on how to have the best relationship to yourself, on how you can give the best advice to yourself. Anyway, any prompt that you have, but that's my prompt. If you want to be your own best friend and give your own advice to yourself, you'll be surprised, guys, that the answer is within you. The third one is consistency. Consistency is very, very important, most especially when you are creating an art. As what my brother said in his show, like 3 years ago, a place for everything and everything in its place. Every little thing that you are doing, has a place for everything. Like, for example, first day, you are creating this certain artwork and you feel like it's not working. You kept on going, you kept on creating. You felt like, oh, this is okay, but sakto lang. It's a bit, yeah, it's so-so or something like that. And then you kept on creating until that mistake that you had created this beautiful thing. It will lead into something greater and greater until it's the best. Right, so a place for everything and everything in its place. And that show title of my brother really, really stuck on me. It's very important to keep on creating every day. I remember my brother had a video shoot with Zild. If you know Zild, he's the bassist of Four of Spades. Before Zild performed, he had a mini interview and he said that he treated creating music like he's in school. He woke up every day early and then he created like 9 a.m., I think, something like that. So he's very consistent in what he's doing. Most especially for us artists, we believe that, like, for example, creation is only possible if there's a download. No. Creation should be done consistently and every day in order for us to really see the bestest thing that we can create, no matter what art form that is. Lalo na sa atin, di ba, parang minsan talaga tayo mga artist, iba't iba yung schedule, minsan tinatamad tayo, ganun, parang, yeah, I mean, we love the freedom, but sometimes we should also practice on being responsible with ourselves. Kalaban talaga natin sometimes is ourselves. Yeah, so, yeah. Okay, so the fourth one is being in nature. Being in nature for me helped me to be in the present moment. It helped me to appreciate the mundane, the simplest things in life, and it helped me to see the abundance of life. There will come a time wherein all the creative juices has gone by. Parang feeling mo lahat naubos na. But nature teaches us that there are endless possibilities in everything. Every time that leaves fall, there will be hundreds and hundreds of more that will grow from it. It's gonna be beautiful than ever before. In my opinion, you guys, if you are an artist, it's very important for us to appreciate the mundane. And I think that's our superpower as an artist. Having a mission for other people to see the world in a different way. Walking in nature with no phones, guys. Also me. Listening to the birds, appreciating the river, just appreciating life itself. For the fifth one and the last one, do not forget to have fun. Do not forget to have fun, Lee. That's my message to myself because sometimes we forget to have fun. We are too much in our heads. It's time to function from our hearts. I just remember that the Artist Way book, the main core or lesson that it teaches us is that art creation is really just going back to your childlike self again. Yeah, it's really going back to the one who plays, the kid in you. That's what that book is igniting you to do. That's why being an artist is very important, especially if you have a calling in you, no matter what art form that is. It's very important because imagine the effect of what we are doing to other people. It's not just about us anymore. It's about them. It's about you, whoever's watching right now, right? Yeah, I think I tackled every bit of it. If you are an artist and if you want to go back to creating art, just go back to yourself. Being an artist or creating again is really just going back to yourself. And guys, please put down your phones. I mean, that's also a message for me. That's why I'm really trying my best to not be on my phone. I just check my phone for messages from my friends, family, and everything, but I do not want to scroll anymore. If we are using our phones too much, then we will be functioning from our heads for too long. I think that's the effect of it all. So, anyway, I hope I have helped you to get back on track to your own creative flow again. As always, you guys, thank you so much. I hope that you know that you are loved in the first place and that you are loved. Thank you. I love you so much. Bye, guys.